All right, Wes, you're one of our deacons here at Northside, but you and your wife also are the parents of a special needs child. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we got Hope when she was first a newborn. She was addicted to meth and she has Down syndrome. Immune system was 0 and she had 4 holes in her heart. And that's when she was first born. And now she's 3.5. And we've been very, very, very blessed. A lot of people, most of the time when they have Down syndrome kids, there's always a heart surgery included. We've been very blessed that 3 of our holes have completely closed, and the other one is just a little bit bigger and it's grown just in size, but a lot of times they'll do that and they'll shrink. So we've been very blessed on that. And with the coronavirus right now, with everything going on, it's very imperative that she stays home with her low immune system compromised. We have a lot of friends in the community that have kids, not with just Down syndrome. You know, there's autism, there's just so many things. We got a little girl named Hunter, and I say little girl, she's in her 20s. But she's bound to a wheelchair, and her parents, we're blessed to know them, and they do so much in our community also. Her parents actually have people that just go to their house and drop stuff off on the porch because they cannot have contact. It's very imperative right now that we don't expose them to a cough, anything. I mean, it's just so easy to catch.
Yeah, very good. We love Hope here at church. She brings a lot of joy to our church members. Her smile is just infectious. You know, you see her
Yes.
smile and she's so happy.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about being a parent to Hope and nurturing that good attitude, but also trying to be a good parent. Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
About life.
Sure.
What we do in the mornings, it's amazing. I can't say enough. People tell us, try to tell us what great parents, what we're doing is just, and we try to stop them before they even get started because we're not teaching her anything. She teaches us everything. To me, that is God's child right there. And kind of what Down syndrome is, just kind of give everybody an idea. There's 46 chromosomes in your body, 23 from your mom and 23 from your dad. And on the 21st chromosome, they have an extra one. And my question is, do they have an extra one or are we missing one? Because they are just so loving and so happy, and it's one of those, they're always loving. They want to give you a hug, they want to make you happy, and Hope, it's just one of those things, you can be there, and she's 3.5 now, she's starting to talk. People say, we did a deal for the school, we put out a paper explaining what Down syndrome was and trying to kind of educate people, so to say. And one of the questions that we put on there is, Down syndrome contagious? And the answer was no, it's not. It is in the fact that they will make you smile, they'll make you laugh, but it's not something that you can catch. It's not like the virus that we're having going around right now. It's one of those, they learn a little slower than most. They will do everything that you do, it just takes them longer.
All right, Wes, one more thing I've got to ask you about. How are you coping with all the sports shut down?
Boy, it's tough. It's tough. We the other night on one of the stations, they actually played the Green Bay and Pittsburgh game, and I had to watch it like it was the first time. And I told my wife, hey, Green Bay just won the Super Bowl. She's like, it's not Super Bowl time. I said, yes, it is, ma'am. It's on TV. And but anyway, just one more thing on Hope. I want to just make sure everybody understands this, is they can take your day. If you're having a bad day, you can go spend 30 seconds, 1 minute with that kid, and she will change your attitude for the whole day. I mean, it's amazing. And it's not just Hope. It's the other kids. We have a couple other kids here. Steve, that goes to Northside. I've been picking him up since he was probably 5 years old. I used to pick him up on the church bus with his brother Jason. And he was just so happy all the time to come to church. We have Jamie that has Down syndrome. We have some other kids here that have some other special needs. And I'm just blessed that we're able to help them, and they're able to help us in the same breath because they teach us so much by just listening. A lot of times you just have to step back.
Good. What are some ways you think the church can better minister to those with special needs? Or what what would be good for church members to hear as a special needs parent? What are some things that we should hear that maybe we need to understand better, or maybe some things we don't understand at all? Or what can we do as a church family to better minister to those folks that are sometimes marginalized?
Understand. One of the things that we try to do is with Hope, it's not like when we had our other two kids. It's not to where we're going to punish them. We're going to put them in timeout. We're going to, here with Hope, what we've really practiced, and with a lot of the special needs kids, something that we practice is redirection. I can remember Sunday morning sitting on the front row at church, and and Hope slapped my wife 3 times. And it was so, I mean, it's funny, but how do you do that? You know, and I picked Hope up and I took her to the foyer. And when I did, it was funny because I could see people kind of staring at me. Is he going to go spank her? You know, and the answer was no. What we did there is we redirected her. We told her when she would get ready to hit, we would say, beautiful. So now when she would get ready to do that, we'd go, Hope, beautiful, and she would say beautiful instead of, so it's redirection. That helps a lot. Something else that I learned probably 2 years ago at a special needs Easter egg hunt, there was a 9-year-old girl in a wheelchair, and she was explaining to people what to expect at this Easter egg hunt. You know, they were telling the other kids that were wanting to help to not run up to the kids, because sometimes they get scared. They get, you know, so kind of approach them a little slower than what you would normally do. You know, because most of them, again, they don't know what's going on. It's a new person. You know, if they don't know you, it's something new to them. So it's one of those. And the little girl told us, she was 9. She said her parent asked her. She said, "Well, what's the one thing that you really, really disliked?" And that little girl said, and it made a lot of sense. She said, "I dislike." I don't say hate because that's a very strong word. I don't like that word. I very strongly dislike people to treat me like a baby. I'm not a baby. I'm 9 years old. I'm about to drive. You know, that's kind of her mentality. And it was great. I mean, just to hear that, and it made me really think about, you know, at times, don't treat that person any different than you would treat anybody else, because that's all they want. They just want to be treated the same.
All right, Wes. Thanks a lot, brother.
Thank you.
All right.